I just can't wait to get on the road again. Hey, get back in your fence.
Oh, they're fine.
Real good eating. All right, so today, welcome, by the way, we're gonna work on a wall for our chickens. We are headed out. We're gonna head out on vacation here, which we're super pumped about. Gonna hang out with some family, but we wanna make sure that everything on the homestead is at least taken care of so that people who are watching our animals have better luck with it than we do.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go, I'm gonna borrow my dad's truck. Well, I'm gonna borrow my dad and his truck. We're gonna go get some wood. And then after we build, then we have to go and return the favor and help fix Dad's hot tub. So we went in and got everything out of Lowe's, and Dad said he was gonna go check out at the other end of the store while I was checking out, and I actually beat him back to the truck. So now I gotta wait for the keys so I can put everything in it. Eggs. Okay, explain.
All right, here's the plan. Build a wall. We're gonna actually do it in two sections. So there's gonna be a 8 by 8 foot square section and then an 8 foot by 3 foot just frame for the door. And we'll connect those two once we get them in there. And then cover the whole thing in chicken wire and hope they don't get out.
Out of that.
Oh, it didn't work.
Valiant effort.
So we're going to be building the wall inside of this stall. We're just gonna close off this area right here, put a wall up so that the chickens can have a little coop in this back stall area. And then we'll probably have to do something about the top, especially over here, so that predators can't get in there. But otherwise, it seems fairly secure. So hopefully we won't have any casualties when we move them in here.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
It's good.
Do you want me to take all those off?
And they're gonna have to come off at some point in time. The other benefit to doing this when you're on an unstable floor is you can always blame something for not getting things square.
All right, here we go.
We're gonna try our best. Amateur hour.
Get stuff out of the way.
How wide is the
Maybe it's 3 foot, 3.5 foot. Okay. So
what you'd have to do
could go the other.
You could put 2 in the middle.
Okay.
So we would just have to go, what's 8 foot?
Divided by 3. Well, we've run into a little bit of a hiccup. Our screws are not really long enough to hold everything together. So we thought we had screws that would work from an earlier project, and it turns out they're too short. So Matt is going to see if we have any longer screws. Otherwise, we might be doing this project tomorrow.
Well, we did a thing, and I think Abby said we were gonna do it, and then I didn't actually videotape it because it took 2 people. But we made this thing out of an unused cattle panel that was an arched trellis. So we can put beans on it. And those are not potted spots, those are literally my footsteps. But yeah, our garden's at least turning out better today than it was. Even though we didn't get the rabbit thing done yet. No, it wasn't even rabbits. Didn't even know we didn't get the chicken thing done yet. But I think I have a game plan that might mean we don't have to go to the store. So we're gonna try that. So back to the chicken project. I was gonna go to the store and buy longer screws because all I have are 2-inch, and we were screwing 2x4s together. My bad. Should have bought more. Was trying to save money. Anyway, thought around the problem while we were working on the garden stuff and came up with this solution. So we tacked everything together with screws here, but that was not holding here even though I drove them in pretty far. So I took some old steps that we had from our other house that we brought with us as scrap wood and just screwed them in on either side. Nice and sturdy. This thing is as hard as a rock. And now at least all the corners are buttoned up that way. So it should hold together perfectly fine. The center section here, I will probably work on trying to get that buttoned up the same way or similarly. But then we don't have to go to the store. Yay! So we got the wall in the stall, and now we got to try to figure out how to get it up, because one thing that I didn't take in account for is the fact that this beam up here is a wire that is running all the way across it, and it's just kind of going down. Well, 8 feet is right about here, and we put 2 2x4s on either side of it, so really it goes all the way up to the floor. So I could either tear it completely apart and resituate things together, or I could dig the dirt out, which is obviously up quite a bit from where the ground actually is, and essentially give us more space. So that's what I'm gonna do. Part of that too is because we actually left some chicken wire loose on the bottom so that we can actually bury it so nothing can try to dig underneath at least this section to get to them. So the next little bit is gonna be digging a lot. So here we go. Day 2, working on the chicken coop in the barn project. Wall is up. I need to get this track that's behind me down so that we can slide this all the way against the wall. And then I'll be able to know exactly what this distance is so that I can put a doorway in there. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a little box that goes down further so that it's protected underneath, and then there'll be more of a jam just to try to protect the chickens more. And then we'll probably just put a board up there and We're making this thing up as we go along. If there were instructions, well, the only instruction to install it earlier is that one piece of paper. We'll figure it out. All right, so we're gonna have to fill underneath of here, but that looks like that's pretty well up there. We're gonna have to measure this distance, and then what we got going on down here, create a little box right there for the door to go on top of so it swings freely, and we good to go. Day 3, I know I'm wearing the same clothes. This shirt was already dirty. Call it disgusting if you want to. I call it convenient. We're gonna get the door done today. We're gonna get everything finished so we can put the chickens in there. So they have at least a couple of days to get used to where they're going to be. So now we're cutting the door frame and we're gonna get the door cut. What'd you find over there?
I found a nest of eggs.
What? How many?
7. Oh, I don't want to break them.
Ooh.
That's where Joe's been hiding her eggs, apparently.
Oh, well.
Because they're all tiny. So, there's like a week's worth of eggs from one of our chickens.
In case we didn't know they were getting out.
What are we doing here, babe?
Well, in my fantastic job at math and yeah, the door's too big. And we stapled everything together because we were trying to save a step. And I'm guessing it's that much too big. But now that I'm looking at it, I think I need to do another cut. So anyway, we're trying to do it with a minimum amount of taking everything apart and putting it back together to make sure the door actually fits, but doesn't all of a sudden become too small, because then we run out of boards. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. Well, the top or the bottom now fits, and the top does not. At least we know how to fix it now.
What are you thinking?
Thinking there's a huge gap down at the bottom of that door right now.
Babe, that's not a huge gap.
Look down.
Oh, down there. Well, it's still not a huge gap. But
Well, we have a now working door. So it opens and it closes. Got to fill up this spot up here, so I'm going to put a bar across. And there you have it, friends. After spending a year in COVID, all cooped up, now that we can actually be outside, we created this coop for our chickens to live in and enjoy so we can go on vacation. It ain't pretty, but it's functional. And that's what we were going for. So it's functional, it'll work. And there's a couple things here and there we gotta do. We gotta try to figure out how to put chicken wire between those two spots. But I'm gonna bring the brains of the operation out to help me figure that out, because I really wanna go take a nap. Well, what do you think?
Looks good. Nice work, babe. Just have to
Hazel thinks it looks awesome.
secure up the holes, I guess. And probably put some kind of like, I was thinking just like a little, like piece of wood that we could screw here and then just turn so that it couldn't come open.
Yeah.
But
Do you feel all cooped up?
all cooped up.
All right, so where do you want things hanging from?
I think probably right around the middle. So we just come in and grab them and take them out.
Okay. You want to come check out your new home?
Got the new baby sleeping, trying to find another safe and
So many animals. This is a fun little addition. So cut that up so that if you want the door to stay open, just pop it on in there and boom. You can leave it open. Hopefully what we're gonna do is put a little opening there so they can go out to the chicken run, and then we can close this gate over here, which isn't going to keep animals out, but it'll keep the chickens that way. So, this is our cat. I already figured out how to get through that hole. Isn't that right, Pumpkin? Well, we did it. Our nesting boxes there. We got chicken wire on the inside. It's all buttoned up. So hopefully nothing will come in and get them. The only way that they could is if they literally somehow got in this area, crawled up, and then came up and over here, which if they do that, we'll change it. But then over on this side, went up and put a plank all the way across to there, and then two boards right up in there. So this is all buttoned up. We'll fill in some dirt down there and bring the water and the feed are gonna hang so that they stop pooping in them. And this shindig is done. Whew! That took a little bit longer, but honestly, I kind of like how it turned out. The door, we got that little springy thing on there, so it closes automatically, but you can hold it open if you want to. Sure, there'll be things that we change as we go along, but I'm really, really psyched, and we'll see if the chickens like it or not. So thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us on our channel. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if there's a project that you want to see us do, or if you've got advice on what we should have done, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thanks. We'll see you guys next time.